Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at Gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. We've got a new format for the show and everybody's cracking up in the background right now. Come on in, have a Tonberry from the Drunken Moogle, which is a website that does Final Fantasy alcoholic beverages, if you've never seen it. Sit down and relax. Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. It's a conversation between friends, a look at the video gaming industry. I'm your host, Balth, and with me this week is Neo Sapien. And we also have Angel's Crate.
Howdy, folks.
And we also have Toad Monkey.
Hello.
And then last but not least, we have...
Hello.
And then last but not least, we have...
Present. Mostly accounted for.
I'm here. You sounded sad when you burned.
So...
Because he's looking for a replacement now, as we say. It's going to happen
interesting
eventually.
bit of
I feel
feedback
it.
we got from last week's show. Had somebody write in through an alternate channel, and they gave us all profile descriptions, like personality tendencies, for each of us. They rated each of us and gave us a descriptor. So I thought we would go around the room and kind of discuss what each person's descriptor is and let everyone respond in kind. Yeah, it is. So someone wrote in, they watched the podcast, said it cracked them up, but they wanted to, they actually kind of gave each of us a nickname, if you will, or something describing our profile tendencies. So I thought we would go around the room. That's right. You've been That's right. So.
It all starts here.
Yeah.
Burgundy, you're on another list.
So starting with Neo Sapien.
That's great.
The phrase used to describe Neo Sapien was the principle. Yes,
I came in just in time. The principle for...
Well, I am the only parent here, so I guess that's not, necessarily an
Joe, since he's not here, we can just kind of glaze over him, but he was the wise man. Toad Monkey.
Nice.
You are the hot mess waiting to happen.
Oh, that's awesome.
I cannot wait for it to happen either. also, I got Pac-Man beer. It's not Pac-Man beer. It's not really Pac-Man, but it's Pac-Man kind of looking guy. It's a peach. It's wheat beer, found wheat peach, but it's Pac-Man. Anyway, continue. Sorry.
Yeah, I was referred to as the instigator, and then last but not least, Nick was referred to as the mad scientist.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Love it. Love it.
Oh, no.
Apparently
No, I'm sorry. I forgot. I saved the best for last.
Oh, God.
The comment was
yes.
the way you have your camera set up, you look like God.
Acceptable. Burgundy is God. That's awesome.
Wow, we have Principal, the God, the mad scientist, and the mess waiting to happen. Oh, and the instigator, which is 100% correct, by the way.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
I'm completely fine with it. This is awesome.
That makes so much sense now.
So,
We need that,
So we're meeting across Skype. As you can see, this is a fan-supported, listener-supported podcast by fans just like you. We're trying a different format this week. Let us know if you like it. Let us know if you don't like it. We're going to play around with the format as we work through some technical side of things. We bring this podcast to you free of charge almost every Thursday on iTunes.com, YouTube.com, and, of course, Gamersledge.com. Please do rate us, subscribe to us, watch us on both YouTube and twitch.tv. Write into gamersledge@gmail.com. Let us know what you'd like, anything you'd like to see us discuss, questions that you have. So we'll start by going around the room and finding out what everybody's been playing this week. We will start first with Neo Sapien.
It's quick. Absolutely nothing. Not a dadgum thing since we last talked. Okay, that's not entirely true. I got through like almost one entire mission tree on Puzzle Quest Avengers, or Marvel or whatever. But other than that, yeah, nothing. I think I touched the controller to check on the posting last night on the PSN, and that's all I have done gaming-wise.
Well,
I did get through most of my stack of comics, though. I got a little bit left. But most
and any standouts for you?
Trillium. It's a series. I think it's DC Vertigo is publishing it. Jeff Lemire, I believe is how you pronounce his name. He's both the writer and artist. It's the first issue is a flip book. Half of it takes place like in 25 something, and the other half takes place in early 1900s, I think. And it's about how the two main characters from the different time zones end up encountering each other. Crazy, wicked, awesome sci-fi. Other than that, the standout breakout series for me from Marvel Now, the first Marvel Now, not the all-new Marvel Now that's coming up, and literally that's what they're calling it, the all-new Marvel Now, is Nova, actually. Nova has been recast as a 14-year-old, I think, and it's just really kind of an awesome, old-school, kid gets powers and what does he do with it type book, and that's actually one of my favorite things in the capes genre. So, and I'm only through issue 1, issue 4 came out, but, what's the event? The Marvel event.
What's his name? Ultron.
No, it's not Ultron. It's Thanos. But I can't think of what it's called. Anyway, I only read issue 1, but it is unlike any event book. Probably the closest thing I've ever read for an event book is Crisis on Infinite Earths. It's not even that. It's almost more Identity Crisis. Oddly enough, I'm comparing a Marvel to two DC ones, but it's amazingly well written. Jonathan Hickman, I believe, is the author, the scribe on that. Issue 4 just came out this weekend. I haven't picked up my books for this week yet, but I just read issue 1. Is it called Infinity? So it's playing off of, if you actually want to read the lead up, it's playing off of the New Avengers relaunch from Marvel Now, which is also penned by Hickman, and it focuses on the Illuminati, which were first introduced in the original New Avengers book. So,
awesome.
Yep. Yes, and I will be writing stuff about comic books soon for the site. I just need to get my actual reading caught up. And Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. If you haven't watched it, watch it now.
Just watched episode 3.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man,
that was. I just realized that I've way overinflated my scores. I've left myself nowhere to go. So I may have to re-baseline my scores for the episode, because otherwise they're going to get into the 14s at some point. Because
I finished it just before we came on. Oh, you guys can't hear me. No,
we can't.
Yeah, but they can't hear me here unless I actually click on my video feed. Yeah, those people need to hear me too. Yeah, I watch it just beforehand. And FYI, when I'm on the screen, they can't hear you. So just as an FYI, give me a sign that you want to talk or something, and we'll switch back and forth. I got to learn all this production stuff. Ooh, cool. So, Burgundy, how about you?
This week has been... Wait, are you still on the screen? I don't know what's going on. Okay. So, yeah, this week has been... I've been working a lot, so that's been kind of sucky. But the good thing is Marvel Puzzle Quest came out, which is... I was really doing a good job of avoiding really doing a good job of avoiding that Candy Crush game. Like, everybody was trying to get me to play it, and I wasn't going to play it, and I haven't. And I love Bejeweled type games. Like, it's just like a thing. You know, going back to, you know, what was it, Columns and Puyo Puyo. Like, I love those type of games. I have like every Japanese Puyo Puyo game on the Game Boy hardware up until like the DS, you know, came out. So I'm not a stranger to those games. And then they had to skin it with Marvel. So I had no choice. I had to play right away. And it's crack. It's ridiculous. I'm not going to actually pay money to do anything in the game, but I will play it incessantly for hours to slowly build up all the currency in the game in order to do stuff. So I guess mission accomplished. I really hate it because I have real games to play, and this is, you know, the thing that's going to get my time. It destroys your battery at work too.
Oh, it does. Oh my gosh, that is such a battery hog. I played it for a little while at work, and my battery was just like.
It's like, why? It's just a simple puzzle.
So
why is it taking up so much battery?
Let me pull some things up on the screen here. First of all, I will say that, you can't see it very well, but I do have it up as well. I've actually purchased the entire game, and you should infer my meaning from that shortly. I have 16 characters currently. I have got several of them maxed out. My current team is Thor, Storm, and Ragnarok, which is a Thor life model decoy robot with Thor-like powers. And I am kicking ass in this game. I did obviously succumb to buying some things in the game, which is mainly came out to currency and character slots. This is the most crack addictive game that I've ever played. I used to play a collectible card game called Versus, and this is almost as bad as that was. Literally, I play the same levels over and over trying to get all the rewards for a level, and the depth of it and the synergy between the characters, if you know how to build a team, is amazingly good. It's very deep, and the best part of all is, despite being free to play, which I kind of hate, but I don't mind so much, they actually made the entire system better. If you played the original Puzzle Quest, you had all of your spells on the side, you had these lengthy descriptions of what they were, and here you can actually see who does what spell just by looking at a block. And so they're able to communicate a ton of information in a very short amount of time. I have literally played this game like to the point of getting in trouble with the missus because I was playing it during time that we were supposed to be spending together doing other things. It's very bad. Go ahead, Dave. It's very bad.
Not being able to interrupt you is horrible. Because I swear to God, you were playing this game while you were supposed to be doing other things. That just like leaves too much to the imagination, and we just automatically assumed you were talking about sex.
No, not sex.
Oh, yeah, that's where mine went.
But don't let him fool you. When he says he bought some of the things, he means he bought all of the things.
He bought all the things. How did you, like, I don't even know if you can get 16 character slots in the game. Like, how much have you actually played? It just came out last week. What have you done?
He hasn't played it. He's paid it.
Oh, is that, like, how much? All right, how much? I want a number.
Let's just say I purchased.
That's not a good
I
thing.
purchased the retail release of the game. That's the easiest way to say it.
You paid $60 for it. What do you, there is no retail release.
Yeah, $60.
Holy crap.
It's doubled since the last time I knew.
Yeah, I did buy a retail release. That's all I'm gonna say.
Is it like an old Game Boy Advance retail release? Or are we talking like 1980s era Atari 2600 release?
Because with inflation, that would be ridiculous.
Okay.
No.
So we're not talking Phantasy Star 3 just for inflation?
No, we're definitely not. Oh, and it can't hear me while you guys are talking. Just FYI, I just double check that. So, You can. So I'll just leave it on you, unless I'm going on a rant for a little bit. But yeah, it literally, this game, I have been playing it nonstop. When I have like 2 seconds of downtime, I'm in a match trying to crush somebody online, because that's how you're going to make money in this game. There's two types of currency. There's coins, and then there's crystals. And crystals are used to level up most of your powers for most characters. Some of the ultra rare ones, like the 4-star X Factor Wolverine, you have to use coins to level it up, which means that you're not going to level them up very much. But for everything else, it's crystals, and you can make a butt ton of crystals just going online and taking out schmucks who have level 1 characters. So, just as an FYI, Burgundy, you're going to make a ton of money on that.
That's okay. That's crazy. I noticed 2 people on their phones already.
I'm resisting the urge.
You guys kept talking about it.
Literally, we were supposed to be watching Castle the other night, and I'm actually, during the commercial break, sneaking my phone out to match some more gems. And she looked at me like I had committed a mortal sin. She's like, I can't believe you're on your phone while we're watching Castle. So. So, Burgundy, what else have you been playing, if anything?
That's it. Actually, this is the first thing that's taken me away from the Animal Crossing addiction, so I'm really happy about that. But yeah, it's that's been bad, and I just haven't had time for anything else. I actually did play a little bit of Lone Survivor on the Vita.
No,
because that came out.
That's the zombie
survival
one?
Did we talk about that at all? Yeah, it's not really zombies. It's kind of like monsters. It's actually got a very Silent Hill feel to it. And it's really good. I was actually pretty shocked at like how good it was. And it's like it does some of these things where it starts off and gives you all this text of, before you play this game, put headphones in. You have to put headphones in, otherwise you really suck. And I'm like, okay, I'll put headphones in. And it's like, all right, turn the sound up. I'm like, okay, I'll turn the sound up. Like, this is the way you have to experience the game. So I'm like, okay, I believe everything you say. And then you start playing it, and you get scared. Like, it's like, turn all the lights. I'm like, okay, I'll turn all the lights off. And, like, you have to play the game like that. They really try and set up the immersion and stuff. And the sound effects, I mean, for a 2D 16-bit graphic game, the sound effects they put into it, and just like all the work they put into it, and like how the gameplay is. I mean, it's relatively simple. Totally has a Silent Hill vibe to it, like the way everything happens, and it's creepy. Like, it's really good and creepy. I'm digging it. So I think that's a solid pickup. I never played the PC version. I read about it. It was actually on a list of stuff I wanted to check out. I never did. It came out on the PSN. For the Vita and PS3. I think it's cross-buy. I'm only playing on the Vita. It might be available on the PS3 too. But yeah, I'd definitely check it out if you're a fan of that kind of game. I mean, there's really not too much out in the genre, so go for it.
So is it a point and click, or is it a control with the D-pad type style?
Control with the D-pad. You're going around, and you get a gun, and you have to hide, and you have to run past stuff. I mean, it's got all the survival horror stuff you want in it.
Cool.
You're solving little puzzles, you're figuring stuff out, you're getting little bits of story, everything's creepy, sound effects are great, it's good stuff.
But is there a master of unlocking?
There might be a master of unlocking. I haven't seen it yet. Actually, the dialogue and stuff seems to be pretty good. So, I don't know, it seems like this game's like a real labor of love.
Angels Cradle, what about you?
Cool.
Geez, not a whole lot of gaming going on. Me and my friend we paired online together, and we got all the Hitman and Absolution online trophies, the contracts. So we did that quick, and it only took about an hour. Other than that, I've been hardcore playing Kingdom Hearts, trying to get all the super runs. So I'm doing the boring grinding stuff right now. Other than that, really haven't played a lot. I had school projects and stuff, so. One thing I have to say is, like I guess, in the detail this week, Kingdom Hearts Travel is a lot easier than I thought it would be. So, also, I am having a friend over at some point, and we're going to try and go Let's Play it. So,
awesome.
Look for that on the Gamersledge website.
Tude Monkey.
Oh, I'm busy. No, I'm kidding. It's a game. I tricked you. No, I've been playing this a lot. It actually really is fun. It's not as addictive as I guess other people, but I'm still having a blast playing it on break. And anywhere that there is a commercial break, I'll just flip it on. It's awesome. It's so easy to just start. But let's see. I did play Bioshock 2 a little bit more, just the add-ons. Like I said, I was trying to tackle on the add-ons. And I bought Rayman Legends. It was, let's see, it was $40. I thought it was $45. It was $40 at GameStop, which you can price match anywhere else. So I actually put the disc in the system, and then that's all I've done with that one. But I will play it soon. I've been catching up on so many shows still. Shows have taken over. It's fall. I mean, it all starts now. And the shows that I do want to keep watching. I didn't think I was going to like Sleepy Hollow. I thought that was going to be like, show. But that first episode, wow!
Is that all for the UR's first episode?
I got to the first episode. Well, I just watched it today. It would have been my first day off since I don't know when. But second and third, and I think fourth one are up on Hulu. Can't wait to watch those. But I've never been so excited about a show besides Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. But I already knew that was going to be fantastic. This was just it's good. Tons of shows are taking over. And that's going to change completely whenever all these new systems come out. And then when Pokemon comes out, that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. It's going to be over for me.
You and your fairies will be...
Get out of here! Jeez. I'm going to get Pokemon Y just to spite you guys. But then I'm going to be all part of the majority and in the cool version. Me. Hey, that's it. I think. Yeah.
Well, let's see. I have been playing Grand Theft Auto Online. I am not one of the people who have lost my characters, luckily. I will say that we just put up a Let's Play on the site. One of the modes, 16 players. Basically, the goal is to find a crooked cop that's driving around on a motorcycle, assassinate them, take the evidence that they have, and get it back to a drop-off point. And it's two teams of 8 players trying to prevent the other one from getting the evidence back to their drop point. It is mass mayhem in the best way possible. Literally, you can watch the Let's Play on the site. I highly recommend you do. The amazing part about this mode, it's called Crooked Cop, by the way, is that even if you're doing it with one-on-one, it becomes like the most tense online experience that I have ever played ever. It is fantastic in how much it makes you like on the edge of your seat because the other person's chasing you down in a vehicle, trying to gun you down, shoot your tires out, trying to run you over if you get out of your car. It's absolutely fantastic. I can't recommend it enough. Other than Grand Theft Auto Online, I have been playing a ton of Marvel Puzzle Quest because it's the worst thing they could have ever released for me. The one thing I do want to say as a quick strategy tip is as you're building your team, make sure you put together characters that don't have the same color powers. So, for example, Storm is a great support character because she has green, black, and red, whereas most characters have red and yellow or yellow and blue. So she's a great support character. You want to try and put 3 people who don't have overlapping colors, so that way you can fire off chains of stuff over and over again and actually beat your opponents very quickly. Other than that, from the TV front, finished Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for this week. Extremely excited about The Walking Dead returning on Sunday. Yeah, and got some travel coming up in my future, so we'll see what happens from there. So from that, let's jump directly into the news. So the first story I'm actually going to put the picture of, I'm going to switch over to Burgundy for a minute because I want to see Burgundy's reaction.
All right.
As I read this news, if it ever switches over to Burgundy. That would be nice.
Do I need to do anything?
No.
Do I need to beg?
Or
to switch over? Do I need to beg?
Oh.
Do I need to plead?
There you go.
Hi.
There you go. Except you have a big window in front of your face. Yay, learning.
Yeah. Does this work? Oh, no.
Oh, the other way. Other way.
Yeah,
The other way.
I'm fairly sure that my poor Mac is having a coronary right now. It's like, you want me to do what exactly? Stream 2 video feeds and mix all of it? Really? I don't think so. All right, so there we go. So Burgundy.
Glad you were talking.
Let's talk about this story. It's a very sad day, ladies and gentlemen. You may not know it, but especially sad day for Burgundy, as SNK terminates the Neo Geo X in the United States.
That's already untrue. That's already untrue.
Wow.
Well, it's not busted. So what happened is
you are lazy
Neo Geo. Yeah, that's exactly correct.
They're making it anyway.
They basically said, hey, guess what? You're going to have, due to poor performance, you're going to have to pull the Neo Geo X from shelves. Tomo, which is the company that licensed them in the United States to distribute and create them, said no. So basically, Tomo has come out with their fingers flicked and guns blazing, saying, pew, pew, we're not going to do that. We extended the license agreement until 2016, and you guys are we performed all of our obligations under its licensing agreement, and we're very disappointed in SNK for trying to terminate this agreement unjustly. And so why don't you go ahead and retract your press release, and we're going to continue selling the Neo Geo X because, you know, we paid for it. But I do have to say that I do not know what's going to happen there. What's interesting about this story is that after they did this, they then turned around and did the same thing for Europe, where a distributor called Blaze is doing the same thing. And they said, you've got to cease termination there. Blaze basically said, if they're not doing it, we're not doing it, so guess what? Suck it. So this is a very interesting little thing that's going on, but it's sad because obviously it means that SNK is going to terminate any future development for it. So,
well, here's the thing. It's really not that good. I mean, it's cool. Like I think the kit's back there and everything's great. It's got a little clicky joystick and everything, and I'm happy about that. But I mean, I didn't really expect anything else to come out of it. It's actually not as good as I hoped. It's basically just running emulation software. It's not even like it's, you know, full on exact the way it was. I don't think my SD card reader is working on it. There's like one game that came in the box with it, and I can't seem to get that to run. So I haven't really bothered trying to get that figured out. So I guess all this news is really going to do is maybe get it sold 5 more times. I can't imagine a ton of these are selling anyway, because I have to be one of the only idiots that bought this thing. And yeah, I don't know. It doesn't make me sad at all. It makes me laugh. I really think they just brought this news story out to try and sell more of them.
what was that?
I have no idea.
Mac just
teleported or something. So, Burgundy, you have a story.
Which one's I going with first? Because I found another one too. Alright, I found this story on Kotaku about, you won't believe how much someone paid for a digital gun.
Like a downloadable content gun?
And I think this... Yeah. And I think this is kind of for you, because you seem to be the one that would do this out of this group. but apparently someone paid $200 for a skinned gun that had in Counter-Strike Global Offensive, which, and you know, people still play that. But I know, I'm sorry, it's a joke. The apparently it just had like weed emoticons and everything on it, and they paid $200 for it. And it usually goes for like $3 at most.
So what you're saying is they could have bought a semi-crappy real firearm for the price of a downloadable.
We totally could have bought a real gun for that. Or actual weed. I don't understand what they were going for.
Yeah. If it was the weed thing that was going on there, I'm like, yeah, this doesn't seem like a smart purchase.
Oh, I thought you said Wii emote icons. I'm like, wow, Nintendo.
Oh, no.
Somebody's really a Nintendo fan. My bad.
No, the smoky.
No, they were sparking up with it apparently. But I don't.
Wacky.
Like, I mean, I know. I showed you in the Neo Geo X. I mean, clearly, I have no concept of the value of $1. But at least I'm getting something for it. I mean, that's just ridiculous. And I know we used to read stories about like, Second Life. And I've never actually known anybody to actually play that game, but then you hear like people making multi-$1,000 deals in that game and making like tons of money being real estate moguls in the game. Oh, you would. But it's like, that's, I don't know, it just cracked me up. So I just wanted to share because I thought that was an amazing story.
Neil, you're up with the next story?
Alrighty then. So, Square Enix has started to possibly be showing signs of either cracking or genius. I can't quite tell which at this point. But they have started up a sign of a cross between the, what is it called, the Greenlight Project from Steam and Kickstarter, where you can pitch a game idea to, it's called The Collective, and you can pitch a game idea to Square Enix, and they will put it out, and if it gets enough positive votes in the system, then they will allow you to take it to Indiegogo for funding, which is a Kickstarter-like site. Now, the thing is you could just go straight to Indiegogo and pitch your game and try to get funding there, just like on Kickstarter. So what makes this different? I'm glad you asked. What they're allowing you to do is they're allowing you to make pitches against older Eidos IPs.
Enter the Gecko.
What exactly does that mean? Enter the Gecko, maybe. I don't know. But we haven't got the clear definition of what it is. We can presume that Thief and Hitman are probably off the list. But if you came up with a cool idea for an older Eidos IP, you could pitch it to these guys, and they will give you permission to go get it funded, crowdfunded, and then you can go ahead and make it. There's not a lot of details. There's no word on what the profit split is, or exactly how it's going to work, or but it's going to have to meet guidelines. They'll have guidelines for the protection of their IP. You can't be a Mickey Mouse game where Mickey Mouse is a mass murderer, and obviously Eidos is a different thing. But I was making an example. Yeah, pretty much. So you're gonna have to respect the IP and follow their rules, and obviously they'll be able to kill it at any point if you go way astray with it. So, but it's interesting. It's the first time that a developer has said, "Hey, we've got IPs that we really don't want to do anything with, but we're willing to make more money off of them if you want to." So. No, it would be interesting to see if this goes anywhere. I haven't heard any buzz really about it yet, so I don't know if there's no major projects that have been submitted anywhere or anything. It's just an interesting idea.
Angel's Cradle. You have the story up next?
Sure. Okay. Pokemon X and Y release as of Saturday. Am I right on that?
Sunday.
Sunday.
No, the 12th.
It is the 12th.
Saturday.
It's the 12th, Saturday, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, Woof.
Oh my gosh.
Get my copy. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen the where they release with all the? Yes. Okay. So you've seen the barnacle.
Yes.
Yeah. How bad is that? Oh my. There's a lot of designs in there that I really think they should have gone back to about 6 times just to make sure. But I think it has a lot of potential. I'm liking. Thank God they're not doing firefighting anymore.
Yeah.
Other than that, a lot of cool new features. I know they're implementing a new EV thing where you can actually force. You can give Pokemon higher points of EVs, even like 5 and up for training. So
they're trying to stop on so much grinding on how little you get, on how much work to put in. That's what I was reading about. On how it's going to be easier for people to get into EV training, kind of. But I thought they changed the name. I thought they weren't going to call it EV training anymore. They were going to call it something else.
Yeah, it was some special kind of workout or something. I don't know. I saw a few of the mini games on a website I got from and one thing that they called it a workout or something like that, where Pokemon can go and train in a gym, and it's not like the normal gym in Pokemon standards, it's a Pokemon training. It's weird. But there's that. Gyms look really interactive, and the roller skates actually look really cool.
I'm just excited to play an actual 3D, just how they're going to be animated in that. I don't know how it's going to be on battery, but it's just kind of cool to finally see it that way.
And you'll still be limited to 3-letter abbreviations for all your major menu options.
No, that has a special place in my heart. It's good to go. But no, I am very excited. Again, they haven't released too much about it as far as what else is included, who else is going to be in it besides the leaks that they've had, the Mega Evolutions, which I don't know if that was right, but we'll see how it works out. And how there's 2 Mega Charizards, which makes me mad because if you're going to get the X, then you get the awesome one.
Well, there is not the only one with X and Y version. There's a couple others that have X and Y versions.
Mewtwo has X, Y. And then they're going back to, Blastoise, like I said, Charizard, Venusaur, they're all going to have Mega Evolutions, which I don't know how they can pick some, but not others, like Mawile, another one. I wouldn't think about making that a Mega Evolution. Whatever. Cool.
So most importantly, who are your starters? And notice I said starters.
I have no clue. There are 2. Yeah.
2 starters this time.
Wait, yeah, you do.
Mm-hmm. No, we do. Yeah. Well, yeah. That's bad. No, it's what you do is you pick your normal first, like every other game ever made. And it's literally way more modifier grass. And then, from what I read, is at some point you can fight the professor you'll fight him against one of the original 3 starters. And when you beat him, then you get to choose one of the original 3. And they'll have their Mega Evolution stones attached.
So my question is, can you bludgeon the professor to death with the Pokemon that you use?
Yeah, you just make him faint.
Yeah.
You just faint. I mean, because let's face it. I mean, when you boil it all down, Pokemon really is just cockfighting for kids, you know.
Unless you really do kill Eradicate, but that's a long time ago.
Oh, that's long. That's long. Don't even. He doesn't call you anymore.
You understand it.
Oh yeah, I do. We did a pop back on that one. Yeah, no, you started with two starters. I don't know which one I want to final. Do you know?
I really don't know. I think I'm gonna freak out whenever I do have to make that decision. Like my first 2 hours playing it is gonna be me choosing.
You should be horrible. I'm like the chicken game because I'm basically just gonna play it and just like, oh, this one's the cutest one. I'm gonna go with that, and it's gonna end up being the weakest one. Shut up! It's got these big fuzzy ears. I'm going to pick it.
So
right, that's how I
my
pick, like,
question is,
dog,
were you constantly put asleep by your Jigglypuff?
Well, my son already knows what he's going with. He's going to take Chespin and Squirtle.
Nice.
I'm always tending to go for water starters.
That's me too. I'm always water.
I want to do something different, but God knows I'm not touching the Firefox. So I want to do Chespin, but
Froppy is pretty cool looking though. Or Froppy is that his name? I forget.
Oh,
Froppy.
Froakie.
Yeah.
The problem is, I'm probably going to go Grunja, and then I don't want to choose Charizard just because he has a double Mega Evolution. I kind of want to go double Water, do Blastoise too, but I may do Bulbasaur just because Mega Venusaur doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Venusaur. If I get Froakie, I'm gonna go with Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur, yeah.
Alright, I'm totally going whatever that fire one is because it looks just like my dog. I told you, that's how I make my decision.
Fennec?
I have like a Papillon mix, alright? He's got these like giant friggin' ears, like big tail, and that's how I base my Pokemon choices.
Okay, so yay or nay on the new fairy types, or some of the old ones getting remapped with the fairy type.
I don't know. Do they kick ass and make people embarrassed if they lose to them? Because if that's the case, I'm all on board.
Well, I don't know. The fairy deer was enough to scare away my son from running X. So
yeah, but he's young, you know.
Wait, are you saying with age you can appreciate the fairy deers?
I'm just saying that as you get older, you get more comfortable, you don't care anymore. It's like a fairy deal, whatever, you know, it works. As long as it can it stomp a hole through another Pokemon?
Well, it's strong against Dragon type, so I mean,
wait,
Dragon type now has a counter.
Yeah, and now I'm not cool with this. They gimp dragons with fairies.
They do.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And it's weak to poison, I heard.
Are you kidding?
That sounds like that? It's weak to poison, and I know it's got one other weakness.
That was steel.
Yeah, that's it. Steel. So it's the odd one to try to even.
Yeah, that sounds horrible to fit into.
Dragon was going out of control though.
It was. So, I mean, here's my thought on it, is I like that they're adding another type. They did it with Steel, and it was great. I don't like how they ended it. Because one of the biggest things that I have against Fairy is this entire time in, like, some of my close friends are like, why don't they incorporate light? Light, dark, psychic, light, dark, ghost.
That's what everybody thought. That's what everybody was going with.
And they wouldn't even have to change the look of the new Pokemon. Light still works. It's just, it completes a lot more triangles, and it can even still be effective against dragons. Fine, I think dragons should be difficult to handle more than one type. But Fairy is just really, that's where you go. I know it's a kid-friendly game, but Light's a kid-friendly too. It uses so much light. Fairy is...
Sorry, what was Dragon's weakness before? Was it ice?
Ice. And
yeah, see, that's when Dragons lost it for me in the game, is when they can get their butts kicked by an ice cream cone. Okay, once that happened, I was just like, I'm never using a dragon again. Like, it's embarrassing.
Aren't the mega evolutions of Charizard dragon types now?
One of them is, yes.
One of them is?
One. When it's one of the biggest things.
What's the evolution path for the Toad Monkey?
He doesn't evolve. He is in his mega form.
Well, I have a mega form of almost hot mess, so...
I choose you, Toad Monkey.
I can't wait for that one. I think it's going to happen whenever I do get the game. I'll be like...
That's your mega evolution? Is you freak out?
That is my mega stone. That's my mega stone is Pokemon XY, or whichever I get. Again, I'm still torn.
I don't know. Mega evolution just makes me think of Digimon. That's the only problem I really
Digimon. Yeah, that was a big one. I love Digimon. I'm watching season 1 and 2.
Digimon are the champions.
On Netflix, and I love it to death.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
So many.
There's a portable game you haven't played?
Yeah,
What?
You've never played a Digimon game?
No, man.
Wow.
I still have my little Digivice with the guy in it.
The original, the Tamagotchi style?
Yeah.
Oh, that was the brick one. That was the brick one.
Yeah, the red clear feature one.
Yeah, I still have that one, and I have the Digivice one whenever the show came out.
Yep.
Are they worth anything? Man, I have like
That's what I was
three.
thinking.
I had a Rancor Tamagotchi thing. Like from Star Wars.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares about Star Wars.
I didn't
Dan.
know they were
No.
It used to poop.
Pokemon and Digimon, you'll prove.
all
It
of
was
them.
a Rancor poop. It was huge. And it would die after it did it. I don't know. I wasn't very good at it.
You would die. You left the poop there.
Well, because it was a Rancor poop. I mean, they're giant.
Oh, man. So Philip half the screen.
I was originally
to be
going to
attacked by
title
a
the
purple
show
cat.
I Choose You, Tweet Monkey. Now I think it's I Choose You, Rancor Poo. That's what going to be what it is, yeah.
Yay!
All right, so Neo Sapien did his. Neo, you've got another one coming up, I believe.
What?
Wait. Okay. Nah. Okay. Hey, listen. There you go.
Hey, listen.
Now you can hear it.
Okay. Well, I have several lined up, and I'm grabbing this one because I want to pick on poor Burgundy because, you know, it's fun.
That needs to happen again.
Yeah, it does. But you realize you have to buy an Xbox One, right?
No, I have nothing of the sort.
You do, because your favoriteest game of all time ever is going to have a significant launch lead and only on the Xbox One. It'll come to other systems eventually, but you will not be able to wait for it. Okay, your second favorite.
Ratchet and Clank?
Third.
You're bad at this.
I am horrible. Damn it. Peggle.
Peggle. Yeah, but I can play Peggle on the PC, on
Not
my Mac.
Peggle 2.
On my Mac, yeah? Isn't it going to be on the computer first?
No, exclusive to the Xbox One first.
Yeah.
That's a load of poop.
And
I'll what is that service called? Switch.
That is a steaming pile of Rancor poop.
It's coming out first as a widescreen version on the Xbox One for an unspecified amount of time. So, you're buying an Xbox One now. Just you already have no spending control, so that just don't even try. Just
That's not
go
even
get
cool,
it.
dude.
Just go. Get it.
No, that's wrong.
Yeah, that's why you bought it in 360 though, was to play nice little downloadable games that were only available on that system. So
that was when it was out for a while, and it got real cheap, and they finally put Wi-Fi in the damn thing.
and you could only play Peggle with Kinect sensor. No, I'm kidding.
No,
that part I made up.
I'll make you a deal.
They're going to make that happen.
I'll make a deal. I'll buy an Xbox One when they drop the Kinect support out of the box, and they make it like $200.
That'll never happen.
Exactly. That's why I'm not doing it. That's a safe bet right there.
I'll upload 30 seconds of the game on Twitch TV because that's all I can do apparently.
You're sad. We're on all about 20-minute videos.
So any Peggle addicts, if you want Peggle 2 right out the gate, the only thing you can do is suck it and buy an Xbox One.
That's so not cool.
See, I've got the next one.
It's cool for me. I'm gonna get.
Oh, I'm sorry everybody missed it. Because I was... But you're right. Toot Monkey has no taste. I agree. But you're right.
I'm tasting raspberry right now.
Is it fake raspberry? Because you know where that came from. Beaver anus.
All right.
Beaver anus.
Let's see.
No, it's true. Look it up
So-
on Snopes.
The PS4 link for Vita is coming in a new update for the firmware for the Vita. Should be released soon, quote unquote. But seeing as we're approximately 1 month and 1 week away from the launch of the PlayStation 4, I would imagine they're not going to pull a GTA Online and wait for the last minute to actually post the item. That sounds like old Sony as opposed to new Sony. So with any luck, we should see that here within the next couple weeks. This also will be the PS app as part of the update, allowing you to use your PS4. They're saying all this will be contained in the next update.
And they still haven't told me how big the specifications for the hard drive.
No, but I am hearing from credible sources that it will be a 2.5-inch internal disk drive. The way I hear that you get the case off is that you actually kind of unscrew the entire top off to get at the disk drive. So you put it down. Yeah, you put it down and kind of twist to the left, and the whole top pops right off.
Okay, but I still need to know what it's set up for data rate transfer and how tall it's going to be.
2.5-inch laptop hard drive. Then.
Well, they come in very differing heights. So.
All right, get a standard one. Get a standard one.
Something there, yeah.
Or just wait like a week and let the professionals figure it out, post it online, and just buy whatever they get. I'm just saying, dude. Just save yourself a lot of heartache.
But then I'll have to re-download everything.
No, you won't. All you have to do, let them beta test for a week, play some stuff off disk, God forbid, and just like coast for like 3 days. Let other people beta test your stuff for you, and then just like swoop in without any issues.
That was waiting.
You know it's going to take, I have to wait 3 days, and then I have to wait a week for the drive to get here, and then I have to wait another week for me to have time to put it in. This is just...
It takes a week to ship it. Oh, never mind, sorry.
Thank you very much. Sorry. You could have it shipped to you and drive my house faster than it would get here.
Yeah, I know. I ordered DVDs from Amazon one day at like 6 a.m., and they were delivered by 10 a.m.
Holy crap.
It was awesome.
I'm not jealous at all. Wait, yeah, I am.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened. I'm pretty sure Amazon has like time warp technology or something now they're just messing with.
Neo Sapien, you
PS3.
Oh, sorry, Neo, you've got the next story. Yeah,
I do.
I got one. He's not ready.
Well, you played the PS3 launch, and I don't. Oh, the Grand Theft Auto one. Okay, otherwise I had a Dragon's Crown one that I could do too, but... I don't read ahead. What are you talking about? Okay, Grand Theft Auto, because obviously somebody else set up my news for me because, I would never report on Grand Theft Auto. But anyway, basically, Guinness Book of World Record. So, to make me feel, less of a human being because I'm not playing the game, here are the 7 Guinness Books of World records that this game has. Best-selling action-adventure game in 24 hours. Best-selling video game in 24 hours. Fastest entertainment property to gross $1 billion. Fastest video game.
I think you have to move away from the mic to breathe. Sorry, you were pulling a Tay-Zonde, so I was just commenting on it. There you go.
Sorry, I just broke somebody's headphones or gave them hearing loss.
Yeah, well, somebody's car speakers just got blown out.
God damn those Gamersledge people.
Why don't you just get a cold and start coughing into it?
All right.
I'm even going to give a bad review for that one.
Wait, did you say you're going to write something for the site?
Valid.
All right. So let's see. We were on number 5. Highest grossing video game in 24 hours. Highest revenue generated by an entertainment product in 24 hours, and most viewed trailer for an action adventure. Really? Is that a record? Most viewed trailer?
Everything is a record.
Now I don't like giving traffic over to IGN, but they actually have the guy who played Trevor reading off the records while his on-screen counterpart plays. They look identical. I mean, they modeled the in-game character after him. It's creepy as hell. But it's kind of funny at the same time.
That's a little scary.
You should check that out. Angel's Cradle, you've got a story, if I remember correctly.
That's scary.
All right.
Yeah, I got a small one. Yeah, that's what she said. Secondly, Thief, the remake, or I don't know if it's a remake, it's just a new game, but it's awesome. It looks amazing. There's a trailer out, an official trailer out, that just mind-blowing how cool it looks. It takes Dishonored and just very good.
I played the original a very long time ago, and I'm interested to see. I know Square Enix ran into some funding troubles while they were in development, so I'm interested to see what the final product looks like.
Yeah, it looks. I mean, just off the trailer, it looks very smooth. Even though Dishonored is, Dishonored is very good, this looks like they took everything out of the box and tried to make it as good as you can.
I'm interested to see that. Have they announced it for next gen consoles yet?
I don't think so. I've seen a PS3 logo on it, and announced in 2014. So first gen's not even dead yet. But I have not heard of PS4 release ever.
Next up on our list. Yeah. Oh, what? Hold on, Burgundy.
PS3.
So I've got a PS3 and Vita story, but Burgundy, you have something that you wanted to interject? Okay. Crossplay is coming to Dragon's Crown in North America for PS3 and Vita. It's already live in Japan, but the patch was announced to be coming stateside. No date yet, but it will be coming in the near future, which means that both PS3 players and PS Vita players will be able to play together online, which is pretty awesome. So if you've got Dragon's Crown, which is one of the games we highly recommend through the site, definitely check that out. Burgundy.
Okay, I'm thinking this is the real reason.
Oh wait, if that's the case, hold on.
Xbox One.
If that's the case, since we're doing this fancy production, I want to use this at least once. There you go. Go right ahead.
Nice, that's great. Okay, so the real reason I'm not getting an Xbox One is, and the reason why I'm thinking of even canceling my PS4 pre-order.
What?
Okay? Yeah. About this. Yeah, exactly. This is huge.
Shut up.
The Mad Catz
stop.
Moto. How can you not love this thing? I mean, it is it's a monster. It's got an NVIDIA Tegra 4. I mean, this thing could run Infinity Blade.
You know, you had them. I've actually seen Mojo, so I knew what you were doing. But you had them until you said Infinity Blade. I'm just saying.
No, I knew what he was doing. It just was hilarious.
I heard Mad Catz and I go, what that?
They're charging $250 for it. And it's listed as an Ouya killer. This is great. You know what?
The Ouya.
Yeah. Like, this thing is just, like, I've never, like, seen anything more stillborn as far as a console goes. This is awesome.
It is small, and it's portable, so that means you're buying it.
It's got... No, I'm actually not. There's no chance that anybody's buying this.
No.
There's going to be, I predict sales of 3, okay? And there are going to be people that own video game museums.
Just to say it existed, and you'll be one of us.
And all Mad Catz employees will be forced to buy it. So all 5-year-old Chinese children will have.
I remember staying away from Mad Catz. I remember warning everyone to stay away from Mad Catz, but They don't need any warning for this. They shouldn't need any warning for this.
Mad Catz has put out some okay peripherals.
That's the one thing that really it comes to Mad Catz controller. So you know it's garbage.
Okay, yeah, they've never put out a good controller. I'll give you that.
What else is there?
I had a PS1 generation. I had a Mad Catz memory card that had like a toggle switch that let me.
I'm cutting in here. Let me address you, sir, Neo Sapien. I had one of those flippin' Mad Catz. That's right. You can't talk and that's right. So here's the thing. I had one of those flippin' Mad Catz things. I lost 5 years worth of saved data to a Mad Catz controller. My original Final Fantasy VII saves with 192 hours of gameplay on them. I'm telling you, screw Mad Catz and anything they will ever do in the future. Thank you very much. I'm out. Drop the mic. Drop the mic.
Gone.
Ow. Ow. He's just with the table right now.
You're my
only person. Just like I'm the only person that's had like good customer service with Comcast, you're the only good person that's ever been successful with one of those monster freaking memory cards.
No,
like,
I haven't touched it in like 3 years, so who knows what it's.
If you used it for more than a week, you're the only success now.
Yeah.
I have my PS1, my original PlayStation.
Really?
Yeah, those things usually they failed in a week, and in one story it murdered somebody's mom. Like it was crazy. They were such a hard product.
I read that somewhere. It's true.
It is. It was on the internet.
I even checked back that on Snopes, and it was totally true. Anyone else have any stories for this week?
Freaking Mad Catz.
Wait, did we find out who was all buying a Mojo?
No.
Yeah.
Infinity Blade. You want me over?
The thing that's great about it is all the Mojo references.
Oh, Yes.
Okay, so are we going to talk about the
No, let's talk about it.
or are we going to not?
I assume you're talking about Beyond Two Souls, which came out this week.
What?
So
that would be the elephant to which I refer.
Switch here for a second. Hold on. Oh, yeah. So this week, Beyond Two Souls came out, and if you've not been looking across the internet, this game is getting everything across the board in terms of review scores, from a 3.0 out of 10 to a 10 out of 10, depending on the outlets. And it's not the usual suspects you would think. Most people blame IGN as one of the instigators of really scoring highly for a lot of Sony exclusives. They gave it a 6.0. So literally across the board, there's mixed reaction. And I think really that this is a game that is not a game, and that's part of the problem. I'm going to open it up for the panel here, and we're going to discuss this at length. The first thing, without doing spoilers, is that they had promised us, leading up to the game, that we were going to follow the life of Ellen Page's character from the time she was a small child all the way up through her, I think, mid-30s or 40s. Well, the game has been released, and it turns out that you do that, but in complete random order, meaning that they do cutscenes with flashbacks and flash forwards and etc. So it's a very, what I'm hearing, yeah,
it's a
discombobulated mess. And I've heard a lot of people say that they didn't like the fact that it's even less of a game than Heavy Rain was, in that it's more of an interactive drama that you're watching than so much participating in. I personally like interactive dramas, but what I don't like is having choices that don't matter. Because if you fail anything in the game, you just continue on as though everything was okay. Thoughts on that?
It's a movie with interactive
what disturbs me is that your interaction doesn't affect anything.
No, what?
What?
It's like it's like my dream of going to the movie theater and everyone have like a little thingy and pick what happens next in the movie and whatever wins gets thrown on the screen.
So,
like that was always thought that would be cool. But that's like that.
So like let's say that Dude Monkey, you're playing and you get to a fight scene where there's a guy attacking you with a knife. You successfully defend yourself and you move on to the end of that scene and then proceed forward with the story. If I'm playing that game and I fail, which is difficult, but if I fail that same cutscene, I get stabbed, but I still continue on with the story from there.
So you just bleed to death, but you're okay?
You can choose what to eat and what to say, but then I've heard people say that, obviously the game is centered around that you have this spirit companion that's kind of tied to you, or you're tied to it, as the case may be. In one critical scene, you actually confess that to somebody, and then they continue on talking about the party like you never said anything. And so I haven't played it for myself. I actually want to play it because I think with scores like this, it's got to be a divisive game where either you're going to love it or you're going to hate it, and you'll be able to tell pretty quickly. But what have you guys read any of the reviews? Seen any of the reviews? What have you heard about the game? What do you think about the game, if anything?
I haven't read any reviews on it, but I'm actually more interested now at that description because it sounds really up my skill level alley right now. Since I'm so horrible at war games. So, like, I'm a big fan of it. As long as it's not, like, full motion video cutscenes, then we're okay, because that's crap. But this is going to be okay. Like, if it's, like, Night Trap, bad game. If it's Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch, whatever that was, bad game. This, as long as it's all rendered and pretty and nice, and, you just push up and you win the game, I'm good with that.
We only need one button.
You can push up or down. You're good. That's awesome. It's like it's a game trying to have like a soul, to have something, but it has empty eyes, like the Polar Express. Like it was a pretty movie, but yet the eyes were soulless and everything moved.
Were they beyond two souls?
So I think. Yeah.
Is it over yet? That gave me an instant headache. Is the story good at least in the game?
I've heard mixed things. I've heard people say that they absolutely love the story. I've heard people say that the way that the story is presented really nullifies a lot of the story. I've heard people say that they can't even figure out why you're seeing certain cutscenes. And the game is apparently about, I think, 10 hours long. And some people are saying that it's 8 hours too long, and other people are saying that it's just the right amount of story to get you connected with the characters. I've heard there are some fantastic scenes in it, and then I've heard, like I said, other people say, I can't even figure out why we went through that one scene. What was the relevance to the character? So,
well, I haven't read a lot on it. One article I read said that they really kind of didn't care for the playthrough as a single player, but then they sat down with another player and played it in the two-player option, in which case you switch back and forth. One of you controls the spirit and one of you controls whatever the heck, Jody, Ellen Page. And depending on, but only one of you plays at a time. So you kind of do a character switch a la any Lego game. But then it switches over to the other controller, and they control the spirit, and then when they're done doing whatever it is they're doing, they hit triangle and switch back to the other character, and then the other character takes over. So that's an interesting multiplayer dynamic, which, according to that reviewer, increased their enjoyment of the game. But at the same time, most of the stuff I looked at quick was really divided against the story, or just seemed like it was just a total free-for-all mess. I get the impression these are the same people that probably love Pulp Fiction, so I don't understand that because that story.
But I've heard that direct comparison. And the one of the things that I read in direct comparison to that was that they said the difference was that Pulp Fiction's made sense. Whereas this is very disjointed and it's very jumbled in how it's presented to the player, and they can't figure out why they didn't just present it in chronological order of Jody's life. Which I'm sure all we have to do is wait a couple days and it'll be on YouTube, so we can watch the whole thing in chronological order.
Yeah, and with a 10-hour game, maybe it was to, I could guess that was a way to try to increase replay value. It's like, okay, huh? Oh, that was only 10 hours. Let me do it again. That's a possibility. I mean, many times do people watch Pulp Fiction before they got it? I mean, really, they're. I don't think they're. Well, you didn't see it till it was already all over the internet. You're 12. But
I saw it on Blu-ray.
Wait, they have a Blu-ray version of Pulp Fiction, but I don't have it. I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's real nice. It's a real nice cut.
Really good.
Okay, I'm really beginning to regret bringing up that movie.
That movie was awesome. There's a great story. I missed it when it was doing the first run in the movie theater, and they opened up this new movie theater when I was in college, and they were playing like basically second-run movies to like warm up the movie theater, and then they charged everybody. The movies were all free, and then they charged everybody like $1 or $2 for popcorn. And so, like, everybody was just making a mad rush to the movie theater to go check out this new theater. So, my friend and I, we missed Pulp Fiction. Like my other friends went to see it, we missed it, we never got a chance to see it. And they had Fiction as one of the movies, so we went in. Theater was jam-packed. There was like 1 million people in the theater. Like, it was just loaded. Nobody was in there to actually see Pulp Fiction. They were just like, this was the last movie of the free movies. My friend were the only one laughing at the movie at all the awful parts, and everybody else was just staring at us like we were just these complete freaks of nature that we were thinking this stuff was funny. Like when they hit the bump and blew the
Hey,
guys had
spoilers!
all-
That was awesome. That was awesome. Hilarious.
It was hilarious. Oh, please.
I think it gets past spoilers.
Yeah.
A Royale with cheese. Thank you very much.
Cheeseburgers.
Royale with cheese.
I
See,
thought
my problem with Pulp Fiction is, as an experiment and as an artistic effort, okay, fine, it's okay. I think people place it far too highly. I can tell by Burgundy's voice is one of those with whom I just look at and shake my head because it's not that good. Really, it's not.
Take us places we don't want to go. So. Let's wrap the show. Final thoughts other than Pulp Fiction, because that I'm gonna get upset very soon because I am on the other side of that spectrum. Burgundy. No, I can totally handle it.
Can't handle anybody else's opinion.
Based
I tell you.
in reality.
Says the guy who hates everything Star Wars ever, even the good stuff.
I hate.
Yes, you do. You hate it. You hate it. I've heard you do 3, 4, and 5.
1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2,
Wait,
whatever.
what? Hold on.
No.
Okay, and Return of the Jedi, and most of Episode 4.
I do not hate Star Wars. I saw Return of the Jedi in the theater. Thank you very much. I actually walked past people dressed up in the theater, paid for by the theater, dressed up as Luke Skywalker and Leia, and I thought it was the coolest freaking thing in the world. I loved the first 3 movies. I hated everything that had to do with Star Wars from that point on because it was all sellout. So that's all I have to say. And I do not... What's that?
Timothy's on stuff with the hot chocolate?
I did like the Star Wars special that aired on TBT.
Forget I exist.
The Ewoks? I like that one.
I think he's talking about the Ewoks. He's talking about the Star Wars Christmas special, I believe.
In the
1979, whatever.
And if you've not watched the riff tracks of that, you need to, by the way. Just FYI.
But the Ewok Adventure, the Caravan of Courage, that was actually a pretty... I like that.
No.
You knew the tagline?
I hate
See,
Ewoks.
now he hates Star Wars. He hates Star Wars.
Ewoks are footballs that need to be punted.
So wait a minute, you just said you didn't hate Return of the Jedi, though.
I didn't.
You just said you didn't hate Return of the Jedi.
Ewoks was acceptable. It's not like they went Jar Jar Binks on it, you know.
Acceptable.
No. They kind of did, because there was, like, you know, of all the good people that died in that movie, you know, they get, like, you know, 2 seconds, maybe tops. One freaking Ewok died. One Ewok died in that whole mess, and they spend, like, 26 seconds on screen watching his death. His slow, lingering, beautiful death, which was great. That was awesome.
That's why I say it's acceptable. It's not like it's Jar Jar Binks who never dies and we don't get to see it.
You're some regular Jar Jar Binks?
Yep. So let's end this show before he starts digressing. Final thoughts, Tood Monkey.
I wanted to do the only thing I have is the Yup Yup song. The Ewok song. I really like that one. Besides that, I'm buying the Mojo Jojo thingy. I'm buying Infinity Blade 3 times. No, that's not true. I'm gonna play more games. I'm gonna play Rayman Legends. Yay!
Let's see. Pokemon XY all the way. Other than that, I'm going to be trying to put up a Let's Play. Me and my friend are going to get there and see if we can't get some really trying Kingdom Hearts because they're not going to find them. Look for that on YouTube by Gamersledge and also on Gamersledge. Other than that,
okay.
Yeah,
Neo
that's
Sapien.
going to do.
You all hate me. I have no thoughts. No. Quick around the room. Yeah, I know everybody hates me. That's okay. I'm used to it. Just quick around the room. Is anybody dressing up for Halloween?
Yes.
I am.
You know what?
I might be the 10th Doctor.
Good choice.
Burgundy?
I didn't have any plans to this year. I mean, I'm probably going to be working. So it's going to suck, I'm sure.
Angel's Cradle?
I don't know. My parents are going to go with a couple times. We don't know what yet.
Well, we have a dress-up day at work, and I've got somebody trying to convince me to dress up as Heisenberg because of the goatee.
Nice. I was Heisenberg last year.
And the shaved head, so I don't know. I might see if I can scrape together a Heisenberg.
I would just go with Louis C.K.
It'd be funny though.
Oh, good point.
No, I was thinking about the diameter writing from the giant sign, but that wouldn't really work out the same. So I don't know.
Last but not least, we're going to play a quick game. We're going to go down the line, so we'll do this in order. The game is called Yay or Nay. We're going to start with Tood Monkey, then go to Burgundy, then Neo Sapien, and then Angel's Cradle. And the way this was a write-in request from a Games Radar list that was compiled of suggestive game names. So the yay or nay is whether or not this is suggestive to you. So we'll go down the line. There's about 12 of them. So we'll start there. First one, Tood Monkey, Juiced 2.
Yes. Nay. You could do better than that.
Burgundy, half minute hero.
Yeah. Oh, half minute hero, definitely. Oh, God.
Actually, own that.
Neo Sapien, The Binding of Isaac.
Oh yeah.
Let's see, Angel's Cradle, Mount and Blade.
You're giving me the easy one.
Extreme. Should be an extreme version. No. Nay.
I own that one too.
I have that one.
I'm looking through the list here. Let's see. Burgundy, Elite Beat Agents.
I never really thought of that.
It has to have a sequel number.
Neo Sapien, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater.
Not as dirty as it would have been Snake Charmer.
That one's too easy. Okay, Angel's Cradle.
Oh, you gotta
Wet.
say it.
Oh, say it.
And then the last one is for all of you. Just shout out a yay or a nay. Well, actually, there's one more before the last one. Then we have one for Tood Monkey, Gianna Sisters Twisted Dreams, which is actually like really cute anime.
I like that one.
But the last one for everybody, Tiger Woods PGA Tour 13.
I just saw one. It was a Japanese only. What was it called? Little Sister, the Happy End, or something like that. Japanese only game.
So until next week, from all of us here on Gamersledge, do please visit the site. Follow us on Facebook, on Twitter. Watch us on twitch.tv, and watch our videos on YouTube. Like, subscribe. Until next week, game on.
Game on.
That's what you can hear us.
I don't know. Maybe they can hear us.